Let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why mac and cheese is the ultimate comfort food? Hey there, food and history lovers! Welcome back to another mouth-watering episode of Food Storian, where we dive deep into the delicious past of our favorite dishes. Today, we're unraveling the cheesy mysteries behind America's sweetheart, macaroni and cheese. Stick around and subscribe because today we're serving up a plate full of cheesy history, sprinkled with a dash of humor and a pinch of nostalgia. Imagine the late 1700s where wigs were the fashion statement of the day, and our founding fathers were making history. Now, who would have thought they were also indulging in some cheesy delights? Enter Thomas Jefferson, not just the man on the nickel, but also our mac and cheese trailblazer. After a stint as the U.S. Minister to France, Jefferson returned home with more than just political ideas. He brought back a love for European cuisine, including a certain pasta and cheese concoction. Can you imagine the awe of those early Americans as they sat down to enjoy this exotic dish? It was like introducing a new character to the culinary play of their lives, mac and cheese, making its debut on the American stage. And here's the twist. It wasn't a secret recipe guarded in the vaults of Monticello. Jefferson was so fond of mac and cheese that he even served it at a state dinner in 1802. Can you imagine the guests politely asking, "Mr. President, what's the secret ingredient in this delightful cheesy concoction?" Now that we've uncovered the origins of macaroni and cheese, let's fast forward to the 20th century, the era that transformed this indulgence into the ultimate comfort food. Picture this: the hustle and bustle of American life, the rise of convenience, and the birth of mac and cheese as we know it. It's the 1930s and we're in the midst of the Great Depression. Enter a game changer, Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner. A simple blue box that would revolutionize dinner time for countless families across the nation. With its quick cooking time and affordability, Kraft mac and cheese became the go-to meal during tough times. It was a little box of comfort that could turn any ordinary day into something special. And let's not forget that iconic neon orange cheese powder, a color that symbolized a warm, cheesy hug in every bite. Who knew that a humble blue box could become a kitchen superhero, saving the day one delicious serving at a time? It's like mac and cheese put on its cape and flew into the hearts and stomachs of Americans everywhere. But the evolution didn't stop there. As the years passed, mac and cheese became a canvas for culinary creativity. From lobster-infused to truffle-topped, chefs and home cooks alike embraced the challenge of elevating this comfort classic. Now that we've time-traveled through mac and cheese's history, let's unravel the mystery behind what makes this dish so irresistibly creamy and dreamy. It's time to talk about the secret sauce, and no, I'm not talking about cloak and dagger espionage. I'm talking about the soul-soothing cheese sauce that ties it all together. Picture this: a bubbling pot on the stove, pasta happily boiling away, and then comes the pièce de résistance, the cheese sauce. But what goes into this magical elixir that turns simple pasta into a cheesy masterpiece? First up, the cheese. And not just any cheese, we're talking about a symphony of sharp cheddar, gooey mozzarella, and maybe a hint of Parmesan for that extra kick. It's a cheese lover's dream come true. But the secret isn't just in the cheese blend. It's the dance of the dairy, butter, milk, and flour waltzing together in a saucepan, creating the silky, smooth base that envelops our pasta in a creamy embrace. But here's the kicker, the secret ingredient that elevates the sauce to legendary status: love. Okay, maybe not literally, but the care and attention put into crafting the perfect cheese sauce is what makes each bite a nostalgic, comforting experience. From sea to shining sea, mac and cheese has become a unifying force. It doesn't matter if you're on the bustling streets of New York City or the laid-back vibes of Southern California. Mac and cheese has earned its spot on menus across the nation. Our first stop? The South, where soul food reigns supreme. Here, mac and cheese takes on a soulful twist, with added spices and a gooey texture that's downright irresistible. It's a side dish that steals the show at family reunions and Sunday dinners alike. Now let's venture to the Midwest, where hearty comfort food is a way of life. In these parts, mac and cheese is not just a side, it's the star of the show. Picture casseroles bubbling away in ovens, topped with a golden crust. That's the stuff of dreams. And who can forget the East Coast? In bustling cities like New York, mac and cheese is the street food champion. Grab a quick cup from a food truck and savor the blend of cultures and flavors in every cheesy bite. Cheers to the West Coast, where innovation meets tradition. Here you might find mac and cheese with a gourmet twist, perhaps infused with truffle oil or topped with avocado. Because let's face it, everything's a bit fancier on the Pacific shoreline. Whether you're a fan of the classic blue box or the artisanal creations of a five-star restaurant, mac and cheese has a place at every table. It's a dish that transcends geographical boundaries, bringing people together one cheesy forkful at a time. All right, food lovers, it's time for a challenge. How creative can you get with your mac and cheese? Share your wackiest concoctions in the comments below, and who knows, you might just inspire the next big mac and cheese trend. And there you have it, the cheesy saga of macaroni and cheese. Next time you savor that creamy, dreamy goodness, remember the fascinating journey it took to become a star in our culinary history. That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a bite of our delicious stories. Until next time, keep munching and stay food curious.